So yes, now we are going to move on to the fourth part, and that is writing speech. So sorry. So in writing speech, we are going to introduce how to write a speech, and there is a role play that we'll have between the parents and the child, and we will ask the child to convince her parents to buy her a pizza from a new pizza place, and then we will introduce the different parts of a speech, and then we will explain it with the help of a story. Let's have a look. We have done this.
Speak. What do you think you have to do before
Is it audible to everyone?
presenting?
Audible? Yes.
I'm giving you a hint. You have to
write something to
yes,
memorize it and then speak.
correct. So you have to write a speech, right, to be able to present it. So this is our last,
Still not audible?
next and the last section.
Not audible?
Where we will be learning how to write a speech. Okay. And for this part, before I tell you about how we can write an effective speech, there's one challenge for you. So you have 1 minute time and you have to convince both your parents to buy you a pizza from a new pizza place near you. Okay, so let's assume that a new pizza place has opened near you and you have to now convince your mom and dad to buy you a pizza. So right now you are going to face towards them and talk to them. Okay. And then I'll ask your parents after 1 minute whether they got convinced or not.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how you would do. Okay.
Papa, can we please get vegetable pizza from that new store?
Why?
Because I want to eat pizza.
No, that's okay. But Domino's also give you pizza, right? It's the same pizza at the end of the day.
But it's new. Let's try something new today.
No, but pizza is pizza, right?
But the restaurants are different, so they have their different tastes.
But see, if you look at the base is all same. Veggies are all same. Cheese is same. What was the difference between two different shops?
But it's
They're charging more than Domino's.
But it's good to try something new from every store and restaurants. We should try something new.
What do you like most, the pizza of Domino's?
But I want to try something new today.
I don't think it's a good idea to try.
But let's just try. If we didn't like it, we wouldn't buy it next time.
Okay, I'll leave you choice. Your choice.
But if you didn't like it, then it will be a sheer wastage of money.
But let's just try it. We can take one.
Right. I think we can pause it. Amazing. Does that usually happen, Tia? Is that like
Every day.
every day? Oh, really?
Rather, every weekend, I should say.
Yeah, this is a story of every weekend.
Amazing, amazing. And what happens every weekend? Like, do you both agree or what happens?
We don't have a choice.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much for participating in this activity. I actually enjoyed a lot while listening to both of you. But yeah, so I have a question for both of you now. What do you think would have helped you to, get convinced? Right now, I feel like you were not really extremely convinced with what Tia was saying, but what would have helped for you to, get ready to let her try pizza from the new place?
I would say two things. One can be a unique thing about that particular restaurant. Another is the value which it is providing. If it is giving me a good value, a 8 inches pizza at the price of say 4 or 6 inches, I think I would have gone for it.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. Tia, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Next time you know what to say. Yeah, but don't worry. For next time, I'm going to prepare you really, really well. Okay. So thank you so much once again for trying it out. And let's see that how can we convince your parents next time, So first of all, I have to say, Tia, you really tried a lot and never gave it up. So that's very good. But let's understand that, how can we be very, effective in the way we are saying and what is it that we can tell our parents. Yeah. So we are going to now learn how to write a speech to convince someone. And for that, I would want you to remember these 3 words. Very important, okay? The first one is, can you read it out?
Ethos, develop trust.
Yes. So ethos means developing trust. What your father also mentioned, that if, you could have told about something unique about that pizza place, then it would have been helpful. So something to develop trust. What is second?
Pathos, appeal to motion.
To emotion. Yes. Like whenever we want to convince someone, we have to also make them happy about it, right? So here's the part where we will try to make your parents happy. Yeah. So that is the second part. And what's the third one?
Logos, proof.
Proof. What do you mean by proof?
The proof which you gather that that particular restaurant is there or
Yeah. Something, to again giving a very logical, good reason so that they get convinced that, okay, now Tia is, she has given me a very good reason. I can't find a reason to say no. So I'll get convinced. Yeah. Don't worry. We are going to understand this in a bit more detail again with a pizza story. But right now, we will try to see how we could have used ethos, pathos, and logos to convince your parents for the pizza. Okay. All right. So ethos is about developing trust. What do you mean by trust?
trust, a bond which you create so they believe in you.
Yes, it's about creating that belief, right? Very good. Now, let's assume you have to, convince, again, same situation. You have to convince them to buy pizza from a new place. What will help you, develop trust so that your mom and dad think that, this pizza place sounds really good. We should try it. What do you think we can say?
We can say that like it has good reviews
Very good.
and it's low in price than the other restaurants.
Very good point. Yeah, I loved it. Yes. And very similar, something we had also written, right? So good reviews means many people have tried it.
Yes.
Yeah. Even when we are buying something, we always try to see what are the reviews, right? So we can talk about that. Yes, it has good reviews. One more thing that we can use is that this pizza store is new right now here, but it has shops all over the India and it offers really good pizzas. Yeah. And when you say this, now your mom and father are thinking for a minute that, oh, okay, it has good reviews. It is there all around. Your mom had said one statement, right? That what if it is not good? Then it will waste, say, money, time, and resources, right? So in that way, if you could have added, that, no, it has great reviews, then she would have thought, oh, actually not just Tia, but many other people are saying it is good. Yeah. So that is how we develop trust. Okay. Did you understand this part?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. But I loved how you mentioned about reviews. Very good point, Tia. Very smart thinking. Yeah. Now let's come to the second point, which is pathos. Now imagine that, it's already 9 p.m. and there's no food ready at home and you want to convince them to buy pizza. What do you think you can say that will make your parents happy and also convince them to buy pizza?
I think that I'll try to convince my mom by saying that she'll not have to make dinner for us and we can order pizza so it will be easier for you.
Yeah. And you can say that your mom and dad would be thinking, what am I teaching you? This is just for example, Tia. Okay, we don't have to follow to this.
But yeah, already are using these examples sometimes.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah.
You already know how to use.
So you can take rest. We can have dinner from outside.
Wow, see, you already know how to write it. Great. But yes, so now this is something we are trying to make them happy, and that they will think that, oh, Tia cares about us, and she's saying that we will get some rest. She doesn't have to cook food at night. She can also take some time off. And when you also say that I love pizza and I really want to have it, it will make me happy. So of course they would also want you to be happy, right? So yes, so this is pathos. Great. And last one, logos. What do you think we can say here for proof? You remember you said proof is something that will help them again know that, yes, this is a pizza to buy and they'll get convinced.
Yes.
So what proof do you think we can give?
Maybe because it's healthy.
Okay. But pizzas are usually unhealthy. So what more can you say to make it sound like it is healthy?
That it has really good vegetable toppings on it.
Yes, very good, right? So now you are giving a good reason that why it is healthy, right? So usually, why do our parents say not to eat from outside? Because it is usually unhealthy, right? It is not good for our health.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm no way telling you to eat more pizza, by the way. I want to clarify that. But yes, this is the reason. This is the reason they are worried or they are saying no usually, right? So what we can say is we can give them a good reason that, this pizza had lot of toppings and they have like toppings like broccoli, cheese, things that are healthy. So
Yes.
it is a healthy pizza also and a tasty one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is your, what is it?
Logos.
Yes. Okay, so let's quickly revise. I think you have got it already, but I want you to say it in your own words. That what are the 3 parts of a speech, in terms of how we can convince the other person really well. So what is the first?
So that was ethos,
And
pathos,
that is your?
and logos. So we help the child to understand how to write a speech by these three concepts, that is ethos, pathos, and logos. So first we check the prior knowledge and we engage the child and the parent in a conversation, a role play kind of a thing, where we ask the child to convince the parents to buy her a new pizza from a new pizza place. And then we introduce the EPL approach, then explain the EPL approach with a pizza story. So this is how we are going to do it. And then there will be a final showcase. That's the last part of a senior demo. How to do the final showcase? We ask the learner to prepare a speech using these three approaches, that is ethos, pathos, and logos. Let's have a look.
This is the reason they are worried or they are saying no usually, right? So what we can say is we can give them a good reason.
That it's a good pizza and there are good reviews.
Correct. Good reviews. Very good. Okay. Second one is
Pathos.
pathos. And what do you think you can use here?
Uh,
Making happy. How can we make them happy?
we can convince them that they'll not have to do work.
Yeah. And they can rest. Yeah. Great. Okay. And the third one.
The third one is logos.
Okay. And what can we say here?
We can say here that it's healthy
Mhm.
and it has a lot of vegetable toppings.
Yes, very good. So now I know that you have understood all three parts really well. And now is the last chance for you to use your lifeline, Tia. Okay. So this is the part where all three of you can participate and help Tia. All both of you can participate and help Tia. So now you saw Ovia speaking, right? And she really was passionate about soil. So she wanted to convince everyone that we should all care about soil and do good actions that will help save soil. Huh? Now, I want you to pick a topic of your choice, and maybe you can take help from your parents also, and develop your own speech that you will present here using ethos, pathos, and logos. Yeah? Do you want to quickly think about a topic? It could be anything.
Global warming.
Global warming. Oh, so you also care about climate change and everything, it seems like? Yeah? All right. Okay. So global warming, and I will keep these questions for you to help. So that these guiding questions for you. Let's take 3 minutes, okay? And let's come up with ethos, pathos, and logos. On, you have to talk about global warming, and you want to tell people a message, maybe to save the environment, so that global warming stops or at least reduces. So you have to convince them, right? So you can take 3 minutes, take help from your parents. If you want, you can write down your points also, and then we'll present after 3 minutes.
So sorry, I was on mute. So here we give clear instructions and we give some time to the child to prepare a speech. Remember, when you are giving time to the child to prepare a speech, make sure that you are giving an stipulated time. Don't let the child keep on writing and writing. Otherwise, they will keep on writing for 5, 6, 7 minutes, and you will keep waiting. So just tell the child that I'm giving you 2 minutes or 3 minutes to prepare the speech, and create a speech only of 1 minute, within 1 minute, because this part you will be doing it in the SparkX. I'll tell you what SparkX is. As of now, just note it down in your notes that this is the part, final showcase, where we can ask a senior child to give a speech on a topic which can be discussed, which can be verbally discussed between you and the child, and then you can make the child perform on that particular topic. And at the end, you can share the feedback on the child's speech as well, on the use of body language, voice modulation, confidence, and other things. And at the end, ask for the 3 key takeaways from the child. So remember, there are 5 different sections of a senior demo session. First is the context setting, where you set the expectations, welcome the parents to the class, share the norms of the session, get to know the parent and the child, and create excitement at the end. Introduction to PS skills, where you play an activity where you introduce the different skills or pillars of public speaking, that is body language, confidence, and voice modulation. Speech delivery, where you introduce Ovia's speech and you show the speech to the child, ask for her observations, and then maybe you can ask the child to give the speech on her own. Number 4 will be writing speech, where you first check the prior knowledge by having a role play between this parent and this child, and then explaining the EPL, that is the ethos, pathos, and logos approach with the pizza story. And final showcase, where the child will be giving her own speech on the topic which has been verbally discussed between you and the child. Remember, laptop and parents' presence is highly important. Child should try to create the speech on his own, but if he needs his parents' help, yes, he can take. But delivery of the speech should be done by the child. Remember the success formula that I shared with you. Both the parents, laptop, and SparkX video, if ensured in your demo sessions, it will have a huge impact on your enrollment. So now we have already identified and analyzed the different teachers' action that enable her to build relationship with the student. Now let's understand how to build relationship with the students using effective body language and voice. Some of them you must have already seen in the videos, but then we'll try to elaborate on the different points. Ethos examples. Ethos means when you share experience to build trust. Like, for example, if I tell you that there is a coffee shop nearby, why don't you go and have a cup of coffee? It's wonderful. Maybe at the first time you won't believe, but if I start sharing my experiences, how can I build trust with you? That's the meaning of ethos. So maybe I can share my experiences, or maybe I can share the knowledge on the topic. That's what is ethos. So use of body language and voice to build relationship. Now, how do we make guests comfortable at home? Maybe the first step, what should we do? What's the first thing that we do? The very first thing. Greet them, okay. Smile, absolutely. That would be the first step. Maybe a smile would do half of the thing, isn't it? Maybe like this. A very popular, snippet from a very popular daily soap. Yes, positive gesture, welcoming smile. Maybe a smile can be the first step. So let's understand smile. So there are 4 things, 4 points, important points to remember if you want your classes to be effective and if you want to build relationship with the students. 4 things that you need to remember. First is try to start the class on a high note. Okay. Use an impactful voice, because that is what is going to make you engaged with the student and the student also interested. Yes, Akruti, why not? There are many students who are pretty good or natural in public speaking. Then starting on a high note, using impactful voice, being curious, very important. Try to be curious, try to know more about the child. And finally, listen actively. Okay, so these are the 4 points which we are going to elaborate on. Let's start. So starting a class on a high note, let's first discuss about something which is very important for a high note. I'm going to have an activity with you. I'm going to show you 2 pictures on my screen. You have to tell me which of the faces, you have to identify which of these faces you would want to talk to. Okay, so let's look at the faces, look at the pictures, and then tell me who would you want to talk to. Okay, so on your screen, this is the first picture, 1 or 2. Most of you write 2. Okay. Sakshi says both. I would talk to both. Okay. Okay, fine. So most of you have written 2. Let's go to the second picture. Ready? What about this? Okay, so you write same, 2. 2. Most of you say 2. There are some ones also. Okay. So maximum votes are for the second one. Okay. What about this? The third picture. Now here I get 1, mostly 1. Some of them are 2 as well. Okay, so this is mixed. Now understand, why are we talking about this? We are maybe talking about the pictures on the left, which you say, yes, maybe I will talk to these faces. And the right ones, which you say, no, maybe I'm good, not very interested. This is the difference between a genuine and a fake smile. Now, the point is, so the first thing that you see is the smile, okay, and not judge the person. So the first thing that we see is how, from within the person is smiling. The pictures on the left-hand side, which you see, they seem to be more genuine. Why? The reason being, they have the crinkles around the eyes, they have the douche mark, the eyelids are low, and the cheek is raised. Okay, so it seems as if it is a genuine smile which is coming from within. And the second one, they are very subtle smiles which is not coming from within. It is just a gesture. It's not a smile. It's not going to evoke positive relationships or not going to help you build connection with the student. So why are we talking about genuine and fake smiles? Because trust me, when we talk about students, especially children, they are more inclined towards genuine smiles and genuine body gestures instead of faking it, right? So why? The reason is, an open and a welcoming smile, a genuine smile on your face will help you to build relationships and not a fake one. So smile genuinely in order to start class at a high note. You can smile genuinely and you can use virtual gestures for encouragement, right? Virtual gestures for encouragement, like maybe a high five, thumbs up, waving, hi, how are you? Okay, so, waving, or maybe a thumbs up, a high five, a fist bump with the boys. They love it when you get, okay, oh, really? You love bikes? Even I love cars. Give me a fist bump. Come on. Yay. Okay, so maybe you can connect with the child with virtual gestures for encouragement. So smile genuinely, use virtual gestures for encouragement, and that is how you can start the class on a high note. Number 2, using an impactful voice. Yes, they seem to be approaching. Very good. So using impactful voice. Now let's listen to this audio. It's a very beautiful audio.
Good morning, Mumbai. This is Janvi on World Space Radio. जाने से पहले ये है मेरा आज का ख्याल उन सब के लिए जो दौड़े जा रहे हैं शहर में। शहर की इस दौड़ में दौड़ के करना क्या है? अगर यही जीना है दोस्तों, तो फिर मरना क्या है? पहले बारिश में ट्रेन लेट होने की फिक्र है। भूल गए भीगते हुए टहलना क्या है? सीरियल के किरदारों का सारा हाल है मालूम, पर माँ का हाल पूछने की फुर्सत कहाँ है? अब रेत पे नंगे पांव टहलते क्यों नहीं? 108 है चैनल, पर दिल बहलते क्यों नहीं? इंटरनेट पे दुनिया से तो टच में है, लेकिन पड़ोस में कौन रहता है जानते तक नहीं.
Okay, I think that would be enough. I know the sound is a little low here, but most of you must be aware of this voice. So good morning, Mumbai. I can't imitate anyways. So yes, why did you find this voice to be so impactful? What was the reason? It was pleasant, okay. It was welcoming. Soothing, okay, very good. Voice modulation, very good. Intonation, change of pitch, change of volume, very good. The energy behind the voice, very good. Loud and energetic start it had. Change in tone, yes. Refreshing, okay. High on energy, fine. Emphasis, very important. Emphasis on important words like शहर की दौड़ में, emphasis on the word शहर की दौड़ में, something she said. So she emphasized on important words as well. And then it had one more thing. Pitch, okay. Clear pronunciation, fine. Comes with a good mood, okay. Very good. Enthusiasm. Wake up call, okay. So it had some exclamations in the voice, right? So use of exclamatory words and exclamatory voice. So it had a loud and energetic start in the beginning. There was a change in tone and volume. Sometimes the volume was high, sometimes the volume went low. So there was a fall and rise, you can say, in the tonality. And there were emphasis on important words. There were use of exclamatory words like karna kya hai, right? So the question in the voice, it was very evident, right? So, and impactful voice will make you feel excited, and also the listeners feel interested. So what could be the following, what could be the features that makes your voice impactful? Maybe a change in tone and your volume, taking relevant pauses whenever it is required, and having proper emphasis on important words, right? Okay. So impactful voice. Now let's understand how to be curious. Now, how would you know that somebody is curious about you? Asking questions. Okay, being interactive, asking questions. So first is asking question, yes. Showing interest, okay, asking relevant questions, probing questions, very good. Maybe we can ask some follow-up questions also. Tell me more about it, isn't it? And giving acknowledgements like, oh, that's great. Oh, that's amazing. You like dancing? Wow, that's wonderful. So when you acknowledge or validate the responses, that also shows that you're curious, right? Yes, so giving time, listening actively, listening patiently, that also shows that you're curious. So let's watch two videos. I'm going to show you two videos of a classroom, and you tell me as a student, how would you feel in this class? So this is your video number 1.
Your mom told me that you love reading books.
Yes, ma'am, I do. I read books.
Okay, what kind of books do you read? What books? Can you name them?
Ma'am, I like Harry Potter. Harry Potter
Okay.
books. Yes.
What more?
Ma'am, I've read Enid Blyton books.
Okay. All right. So have you watched Harry Potter series?
Yes, ma'am. I have watched all 7. Actually,
Okay.
eight movies.
All the 8 movies. Wow,
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
good. That's good. So what else do you like to do in your free time apart from reading?
Ma'am, I like to also play with my friends in evening. I like playing basketball sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes
you play basketball.
yes, ma'am.
That's good. That's very nice. So
Yes, so that was video number 1. Let's have a look at the second video also.
your mom told me.
So how did you feel in the first video? Let's write down. It seems like formality and lack of interest, not impactful voice. Energy missing. Yes, it feels I am being asked questions in a Viva and there is a right answer I'm expected to give. Exactly. So it felt more like an interview and it was not an interaction. So it was like the teacher was just throwing questions and questions, very less facial expressions, not much use of hands also. And moreover, it was not connecting because there was no change in tonality, the volume, everything was monotonous. Not much facial expressions also. Very dull. Okay. Now let's watch video number 2.
So Ishita, your mom told me that you love reading.
Yes,
Isn't it?
yes, ma'am. I do like reading.
All right. So what do you like to read?
Ma'am, Harry Potter books. I
Wow.
like them.
Oh God, have you read? Are you one of those people who have read like all the books?
Yes, ma'am. I have 7 books. My sister, in fact, got it for my birthday.
Oh my
And I have
God.
all the books with me.
Amazing. I cannot commit to all the books. I could not start, you know. So I have watched movies. I love it. But I really want to, you know, read. How do I start? Give me some tips.
Ma'am, I think I also felt that because these were very fat books also, very thick books.
Oh,
But ma'am, like once you read book, when you'll read, you'll find a lot of difference between movies and books, especially like from the first one only. Books, I think they are very detailed also. So you will enjoy,
right.
ma'am.
I thought the movies are, you know, true copies of the books.
No, no,
Yes,
ma'am.
I was
There's a
wrong.
lot of difference, especially when you
Okay.
read fourth book, you'll find like Goblet of Fire. It's extremely different to what it is shown in movies and what is there in books.
All right. So what else? What else do you read? Have you read some fan fictions? Have you read some, are you interested in you know, the new Harry Potter movies? I believe that came
Yeah.
out
Yes,
recently.
ma'am. I have seen, ma'am, new Harry Potter movies, but they are okay. But
Okay.
I like the real Harry Potter, the one that came before, really, really
Yeah.
good.
I also think the same exact thing here, that I don't think that they're going to be that great.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am.
You know what? I love one series that I'm really, really, you know, Game of Thrones. Have you heard of it?
Yes, ma'am, I've heard, but I have not watched it, ma'am.
Okay.
Is it
So
good?
reading the books would be an amazing thing. If you haven't watched it, I'm
Okay.
sure that you would love the books first.
Mhm.
If you read it first, I'm sure that you will love it more than watching it.
Got it. Okay, ma'am.
It's similar to something like Harry Potter, not so much.
Okay,
It's all magical and everything. That's great as well.
got it. Okay,
All
ma'am,
right.
I'll try.
All right. So let's.
Yes, so this was video number 2. Now let's write down what story has got diverted. Okay, okay. So happy face, engaging the student into the conversation. Okay, there was a smile, appreciation in the voice, lot of exclamations. So this was a better video, right? Okay. She had a smile on her face with energy in her voice. Eloquence is there. Expressions are there. Exclamation has been used properly. Perfect smile. Hand movements were there. Fascinating presence over it. Okay. Indulging in the child interest by sharing her own opinions. And that kind of curiosity is making the child answer more clearly. Okay. Trying to bring the student in the groove. Okay. She was carrying a spark. Okay, that's a good one. Seems to be more curious, using hand gestures, using expression, being interactive. Okay, wonderful. She was working with the ethos also. Okay, very good. Twinkle in the eyes. She seems to be curious, but not in a way where the student needs proper interaction about what he or she is looking forward to have. I did not get that. Looking forward to have, as in, you're talking about the agenda of the class? No, actually, this is only the introduction part where we ask the child for his interests, hobbies, where we are trying to get to know more about the child. This is in the introduction part, remember? Last teacher was more interactive. Okay, the second teacher. Last teacher means the previous teacher. I believe that's not the answer. Okay. So here we saw that in video 1, we saw that the teacher was constantly throwing questions on the student. There was only one-way interaction. The student was not opening much. The student was not actually, she was just giving answers in one sentences. And there was the same tone of voice. There was no change in the tonality, limited facial expressions. Video number 2 was more of an interaction. There was a two-way interaction. Teacher was actively participating. There was voice modulation. There were different gestures, expressions, and she also tried to add her own personal experiences so that she can build a connection with the child. And she asked the child that, okay, maybe I can learn some, you can give me some tips. How can I start reading? right? So here the child feels more motivated and he feels that, okay, the teacher is trying to learn from me. So that gives a scope for the child to speak up, isn't it? So here at least the child had started speaking up and talking more, isn't it? Okay, great. So moving on. Remember, an interactive session is going to build genuine relationship with the child. So for having an interaction, always have let the child speak. Okay, have open questions, open-ended questions, and listen patiently, ask follow-up questions, and respond in a very positive way. Appreciate the responses of the child, and maybe you can also add something where you can be open to learning as well. You can show that I'm open to learning as well from you, and this will motivate the child a lot. See how people do things, that's not important. Important is what they are doing to make it effective. Okay, and how can we? So I remember my dad once said, remember, you can learn from everything in this world, including a peck of dust. So always keep your eyes, ears, your senses open so that you can absorb as much as possible. Now, what you absorb is absolutely up to you, right? So if I want to absorb, if I want to see something which is like not good or it's not very good, so if we find all the negatives, what happens is we are only focusing on the negatives and we are actually not learning something. So to learn something, if we are actually open to learn something, we should be receptive, and we should not be receptive, sorry, we should be actually open to learning things and observing things in a positive manner and find out those positives which are helpful. If you find something negative, remove that. So that's what I have done to myself. I have tried to filter out everything whenever I have observed something. Try to filter out things and filter out those things which are going to help you, not those which are not going to help. Okay. Last is listening actively. So let's recall what did we see in the last video. We saw that the teacher was actively listening to the the student when she was speaking. So what did she do? Maybe she was smiling, maintaining an eye contact, nodding, tilting her head. Okay, yes. Okay. So, and also giving some verbal gestures also, like, okay. So these are some of the gestures that you can pass on to your learner so that he feels heard. Second one may be acknowledging and validating the points of the learners, like, okay, that's great, that's wonderful, oh, amazing. So you can give those validations or acknowledge the speaker's points. And lastly, of course, you can ask some follow-up questions. Or you love reading, maybe you can tell me what type of books do you read? So relevant follow-up questions. Who is your favorite character in there? Okay, so these kind of questions will help you to engage the child into a positive kind of conversation. So you can listen actively by nodding, using verbal expressions such as okay, and ask genuine questions, relevant follow-up questions, and acknowledge and validate the responses of the learner. So let's summarize 4 points that we learned today. Try to start the class on a high note. A fake smile is not going to evoke positive feelings. Use energetic voice. Number 2, always try to use an impactful voice. Have exclamations in your voice. Pauses, take relevant pauses. Emphasize on important words and speak with energy. Being curious. You can show that you are being curious by interacting with the person and not interviewing. Asking only questions and not responding to the answers, not validating the answers might show that you are only interviewing the person, right? So interact, do not interview, and try to listen actively while the person is speaking. Nod, tilt your head, ask for follow-up questions. You can give verbal and non-verbal gestures also, like, thumbs up, okay, high five, and try to have an eye contact as well. Some other do's and don'ts: take the name of the student often. Try to be authentic, have genuine gestures. Student, no fake gestures or smile. Consider the student as an equal partner and make him feel as if he is also somebody who is contributing to the conversation. and he is just not sitting here to listen. Share about your own self, share about your personal experience, but do not get into random conversations, because they are not going to help you build relationships. There will be students who are very introvert, there will be students who are extrovert like anything. They will, when they start speaking, they will never, feel like stopping. So you need to understand that where to stop them and where you also need to stop when you are having conversation with them, right? So random conversations are not going to help build relationships, so don't get into them. And of course, use of sing song voices in. So that's it. Remember, in this whole demo session that we viewed just now, we saw three things. If you want to write it down somewhere, you can write it down, you can jot it down, or maybe you can remember. The design principle. What is the design principle? The salient features, you can say, of a demo session in Planet Spark. All the demo sessions that you will see will follow these three steps. Not steps, I would say these are the design would be such. So the design principle at Planet Spark will be, first is activity-based learning. Everything is being taught through activities and games or audio visuals. We try to be more inclined towards activities. So the learning is more activity-based. That's point one. Point two, there is an absolute focus on the pillars of public speaking, that is body language, confidence, voice modulation, and every activity or every stage we are trying to incorporate these skills. Okay, so number two is focus on pillars of public speaking. Focus on pillars of public speaking. And number three, there is a structured approach towards learning a new content area. Here in the senior section, you saw that the speech was taught in a structured manner. What was the structure? Ethos, pathos, and logos. Similarly, when you see a grown-up demo, you will see there is introduction, body, conclusion. There is a hook statement, thesis statement, arguments are there, evidences are there, and then there is a conclusion. So that's the structured approach. Similarly, in the junior section, you will see that the story is being taught in different parts. First, the teacher will introduce the body language, the face, then the hands, and then the second half will have the hand gestures, the voice modulation. So this is how there is a structured approach in every new thing that we are trying to teach the child. Structured approach towards learning a new content area. Structured approach towards learning a new content area. Okay. So that's it. That's all. Any questions about today's session? Any questions? So today's videos will be available. You can check it on your dashboard. Today, session 1, session 2, both the videos are available. You won't find any problem. In case if you find any problem, just let me know. Zoom, how to set your background. This is something which I'll let me not explain you. You can do it on yourself. Examples of pathos, logos is already there on your PPT. You can check it there, Anushwa. You can check it on your teacher's handbook, the PPT. Actually, today, when you were joining the session, it would have been great if you would have checked your demo PPTs. And that's why I told you about teacher's handbook in details yesterday. Why did I tell you? Because all your demo related resources, today we are doing a senior demo, isn't it? We did senior demo. So it would have been good if you could have opened this link here. Let me make it a little bigger for you. Let's see if this can be incorporated. Yeah. Can you see this? Here the senior demo is given. Okay, India and international, I think both of them are same, only the videos are different. In the international, I think there is a Greta Thunberg speech. Mostly we use the India one. For our mocks also, please use the India one, the OBS speech. Okay. And tomorrow we are going to have a junior demo. So it would be great if you can watch the link for the presentation, if you can watch the presentation. Also, if you can watch the classroom video also. Divya Lakshmi ma'am and the student name is Shaurya, which we are going to view tomorrow. If you can watch this, tomorrow's session, half of the session you will understand anyways. Okay, I don't have to give you any explanations. If you watch this, half of the work is done, right? So try to view these so that you have an idea of how you are going to take the demos. This is the link for junior demo. This is the link for the senior demo. This is for the grown-ups basic English. And this is grown-ups presentation skills. This is your slot confirmation call script also. The script is also given. Okay. Everything which you need is there on your teacher's handbook. Now you can give your quizzes. There is only one quiz today. You all can start giving your quizzes. Yes, Richa, you can start giving all of you can start your quizzes now. Every day you will be having quizzes. Every day, Diane. You will see, Gundan, what will happen, I'll tell you. Slowly and steadily, you will be so used to of the script, used to with the script, that you can easily, you will able to understand the, so there is a content, there is a section. First, you have to introduce yourself. You can do it do that in Hindi. And you don't have to translate exactly. You just have to have a conversation. Slot confirmation call is not a like call script kind of a thing that you have to religiously follow word by word. No, it's not like that. You have to talk to the parent, and that is why we don't tell you to follow the script, because the conversations will be very dynamic, isn't it? So you have to change according to the situation. So that's the purpose, right? One of the parent is out of station or country. I said you can ask him to join virtually if the time zone is comfortable. If not, you can continue with one of the parent. If the student is good or natural at public speaking, see, even if the student is good or natural at public speaking, he always has a scope of learning. If you get a class 3 child who is good in speaking, you still have a lot of things where you can improve the thought structure. There are new things which he can learn. He can learn YouTubing, podcasting. And if they are good in public speaking, why would they come to us? They must be having some expectations. So try to know the expectations of the parents. And you don't have to handle, actually. You don't have to do anything. Isn't it? Your demos will go very smoothly. And also the questions that you ask from the parents will let you decide what to do further. Right? So he would be, say, for example, I got a child who is very fluent in English, but now he wants to me to teach him how to make YouTube videos and how to, enact in there. What are the different tips that I can give? And apart from that, he wants to learn how to debate. Okay, so there will be expectations from the parents. You have rescheduled for your class for morning session. I do not understand, Nayan. If you have rescheduled your slot for morning session, that means you have rescheduled for the next week, because this is the morning session. This is the morning session. 10 to 11:30, one session, and then 15 minutes break. And after that, we start the second session. If you have already given the quizzes, yes, you all can leave. Those who have completed their quizzes, they can leave. And then you can do your assignments. If you all are done with your quizzes, you all can leave. If you have any queries, you can write it in the chat section. I'm reading all the chats. See, the background which I am giving you today, this is only for the Zoom trainings that you are attending. After you start taking demos on your dashboard, anyways, this will be redundant. Okay. So for few days, if you want, you can keep these backgrounds. You will be doing your assignments not for the scores, but for your practice. So the questions that you're asking, score was not updated or it is showing as not marked. Please ignore those cases because there is a glitch between the Willow platform and the PS platform. So sometimes you submit it on the Willow platform, but in the PS platform, it does not show as marked. It's okay, just leave it. You are doing your assignments not for score, but for practice. Remember that, okay? Musfira, yesterday I've already told you where to get the quiz link. If you cannot get the quiz link, can share your screen. Asad, 165 into 250. Yes, of course you can speak in Hindi. Nobody is going to charge you fees for speaking in Hindi. This is not school. We are here to make the parents and the child comfortable. Hindi is not going to hurt your conversation. Building relationship does not need a language. Building relationship can also happen with a facial expression or a good voice. Languages are not barriers. Every day, Anushka, we have quiz, we have assignment. Tomorrow, you will be having 2 quizzes. I will mention it. Okay. Today, you have only 1 quiz, 1 assignment. Meenakshi, you can unmute yourself once and ask me for the quiz link. Where is the quiz? There are some people who do not have the quizzes. Quizzes are there on your dashboard under My Training Plan. Shivangi also. Shivangi, Afreen, Meenakshi, all 3 of you. Your quizzes are on your dashboard under My Training Plan. Yes, there is an assignment. Why? Every day you have quiz, every day you have assignment. Why will there be a difference? Every day it will be on the same, in the same pattern. That means you all are not checking your dashboard at all. Please be well versed with your dashboard. You are going to take classes on your dashboard. You should be knowing your dashboard in and out. Okay. Musfira, you can share your screen. I can show it to you. Those who cannot find their quizzes can share their screen with me. I have allowed you to share your screen. Okay, others, thank you so much. No, you don't have any more classes today. Jigna has started the screen sharing. Very good. Okay, go to the blue panel, left-hand side. Take your mouse. Yes. My Training. Click on My Training. Click on Training Plan. Yeah, right. Okay, come to the white part. Okay, please scroll down. Yes, this is day 2, that is senior demo observation and debrief. You can click on the drop down arrow, the V-shaped arrow after 11:30 a.m. Take your mouse to 11:30 a.m. Just beside that, you have a V-shaped arrow, drop down arrow. Just click on that.
Hi, ma'am. This is Meenakshi this side. I got it. Thank you so much.
Got it? Okay, great. You can go down. Now, you got it, Jigna? Okay, great. Wonderful. Meenakshi has got it. Wonderful. Shayanti, what were you not able to follow? Please ask me. You can unmute. Shayanti.
Ma'am, I have found it and working on it.
Okay, great, great. Anyone else? I can skip and go with today's assignment. Rohan, why would you skip? What do you want to skip? Rohan? Yes, Nanny?
Hi, ma'am. The same problem that I had yesterday still persists. I'm still not able to access any of the assignments. It
You
was
can check.
available in the morning before I signed in the class, this training session. But after I joined it, the panel is again a very different one.
The blue panel is not visible.
No, it was visible while I was joining this training session. I mean, for like 10 minutes, it was there. But now that I have joined it, I don't have that any longer.
1 second. Wait, we'll work on that. Wait. We don't have any classes. Meenakshi has already got. Anyone who is still not getting the quizzes? Anyone still not getting the quiz? Those who have done the quiz can leave. Thank you. We'll start again tomorrow at 10. Those who are done with the quizzes, you can leave. I still have 28 people here. 23, okay. Okay, I've already said ABC. Please first rename yourself. I've already said it shows not marked. Assignments are for practice, not for scores. So even if it is showing not marked, if you have submitted, it is considered. Don't worry. Okay, Nanny, you can share your screen once. Let me see what I can do. Have you changed the browser, by the way?
I have.
You have, okay.
Yeah.
It should not be there. I mean, okay, let's see.
It's different in the morning, it changes in the evening, and right now it's completely different.
It doesn't change.
I don't know why am I getting such personalized experience. But
okay, let me see.
is
Maybe
it visible?
because we are not very sure of how does it look like in a MacBook.
I'm not sure either by this time. I was sure yesterday because I was aware of just one panel, but now I'm aware of
Maybe
three.
if after the session, if that is visible to you, you can check. Okay, let me see if it's there.
Yeah, so they have during this time. In the evening, it will change. In the morning, it will change. So right now I have this.
Let me see. Click on help desk once.
Yeah.
Still the blue panel is not there.
I don't know why it's not there.
Oh, that's what I see. Can you click on, do you have like Alt?
No, it's a touch screen
Don't
thing.
have an Alt tab?
On this screen.
On
I don't have buttons. It's completely touch screen. I just have a pencil I can work with.
Okay, let me see. Should be somewhere here only. Nowhere on the left hand side do you click and it comes? No, it doesn't come.
Nothing comes. No,
Go
no,
down.
no.
Maybe you can scroll up.
Okay, here it's the end of the screen. Then
Can you converge it with 2 fingers? Converge it.
nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
I can go to the rightmost thing. It comes. This is what I get here. On the rightmost edge, I have this. Then
So
right
now you are using a Google browser, right?
Yeah, this is Chrome.
Okay, so I have no idea about this. Again, I say it's the same thing. But what I can do is you can click on the chat support once, the purple button on the bottom.
They don't have the solution. I texted them yesterday. They asked me to send a mail to somebody named Mohit. I did that, but there is no response as of now.
Let me get in touch with Mohit. I've taken a screenshot. You can share your email ID with me in the chat section. Okay, and
Oh,
maybe we'll get back to you.
Sure.
Nanny Mishra, right? Musfira, you can stop the class. I mean, you can log out and then you can start the assignment. Or maybe later also you can do whenever you have time.
Ma'am, I have completed the quiz. I am leaving.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
You all
ma'am.
can leave. Others also, you all can leave if you have completed your quizzes.
Thank you for the lovely session, ma'am.
Thank you. So Nanny, I think you will not be able to access your training plan also, I believe. Are you there or have you left? Okay, Nanny has left. Where is the teacher's handbook, Nilanjana? On your dashboard. The first place. Yes, Shorbani?
Ma'am, I tried to look for the class presentations for day 3 training, but it shows me that class presentation is not available yet.
Show me once.
Ma'am, are you able to see my screen?
Go to your dashboard.
Okay. Sorry, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, go to your training plan. Demo class content. Training plan, yes. Day 3 you want to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Go down. Yes. So click on that. I think you have clicked on a wrong link. Yes, go down. Day 3 deck. You view here. Please click on view here.
View here.
View here, down. Yes, view here. It's written in blue.
Okay, sorry, ma'am.
Yes. Check whether it is opening.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Please try to explore more. If it is not there upwards, just go down, explore, try to find it out, you will get it. How many classes do we have to take in a week? Maximum 2, minimum 1. Because apart from the one-on-one classes that we have, we also have practice classes, we have performance classes. So for that, we need to give time to the child. Okay, so 1 or 2 classes per week, 1 student.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask you one thing. I've already completed yesterday's assignment that was there, but since the presentations are under 2 headings, so the lower one I have completed, it's the same one on the first part also.
It's same.
So do I need to complete both, or it's okay if I've done just one?
Only one. Only. Yes. When you open the second one, no, it will be the same one. The link is same.
Yes.
Okay. So as for today, there is only 1 assignment. Tomorrow also there is 1 assignment, 2 quizzes tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And day after tomorrow, 2 quizzes, 2 assignments. But 4th day, most of you will not be interested in assignments. You will be more interested in your mocks. So that is why the last assignment, if you get time, you can do it. If you don't get time, you can skip it. You can just go to the mocks.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Everyone has to give the assignment. Now, assignment, I never said it is mandatory, it's compulsory, it's going to be checked. It is for your practice. If you want to give, please give. It's good for you. Okay. Great, then I'll close the session. Thank you so much.